Hey, 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 welcome to the wheat field, guys. Welcome to the wheat field. Feel like it's been a long time no see, but it hasn't really been that long. It's really been like maybe one day, and probably not even a whole day. Maybe one whole day. But that's just, feels like forever though. I say it does. How y'all doing? Welcome to the wheat field. Welcome to the wheat field. Welcome back to the wheat field. Y'all, it's wheat. How y'all doing? What it do? What it do? If you new, welcome. Come on in here. Come on in. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to the wheat field. This is your girl, La T, your favorite channel messenger. We just gonna keep claiming it. We don't care what the numbers say. We gonna keep claiming it anyway. That's right. Faith without work is dead. So we have faith and we gonna get to work, because otherwise then we ain't gonna get nowhere, I say. Just what it is. Today we are, oh, it's like, what kind of energy is this, right, Father? It's been like weird. Like all day long, I just wanted to rest and just like, I don't know if it's like the energy of the Mercury retrograde, if it's like pulling you, like the lull, like dragging you back. Like I just wanted to crawl back in bed all day, just stay in bed. But it's days like that, yes, Father, where you just kind of want to rest. I say get some rest, and your body is telling you you need to get replenished. One thing we kept reminding ourselves to do all day was drink water, and I don't think we drank any. No, we stayed on tea and some other things, but I don't think we made it to one glass of water. That's not good. It's not. So if you are being called to take care of yourself, to hydrate and all that stuff, listen. Because your girl didn't listen. She did not listen at all. But we're going to take care of that. And then I'm going to be up all night using the bathroom because I'm trying to make up all the water that I didn't drink during the day before I go to bed, I say. And then I'm going to be up all night because what goes in got to come out, right? It says now is the time to start doing what's good for you. Father say drink some water because that's good for you. I say, now's the time to start doing something that's good for you. Don't wait any longer. Time flies by faster than you think. Speaking of time flying, I almost knocked over my little glass. I have no idea how much time is in it. We really don't. And I thought that was coinky dink of the fact that I don't know how much time is in there, because we really don't never know how much time we got. We just don't. You want this one too? Yeah, instead of making excuses. Father say don't make no more excuses. Just get your tail up and go get some water. I should press pause and come back, but we not going to do that. All right. It says instead of making excuses and telling yourself why you can't do it or why it's not possible, ask yourself, what if it is possible? What if it is possible? That's the energy. What if it's possible? Is somebody out there in the wheat field making up excuses about what you can and what you can't do? Could be. I felt like I wasn't going to make no excuse on why I didn't drink no water. We just didn't do it. We just didn't commit to it. This one, this. All right. Stand in front of the mirror and say to yourself, am I worthy of all the good things I dream about? Ooh. So if you are somebody that's making excuses about what you can and can't do, maybe do some mirror work. Get in there and say to yourself, I'm worth it. I'm worth taking care of myself. Hydration is good for my gift. It's good for the body in general, right? And tell yourself that you're worthy. You're worthy of it. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, that you're putting off, that you want to get started. Maybe you're afraid of not reaching the results. Like maybe you don't think you're good enough. Maybe, whatever the case may be. It's all kind of excuses we can come up and make up for ourselves. And it's like, okay, are you going to stick with the excuses, or are you going to put in a little bit of faith on that? Just activate a little bit of faith. That same measure of faith, as we say. All right? All right. Anything else in here? Nope. If you wait until you feel like things are progressing effortlessly, wait, we got to get that out right because we didn't read that right. Wait until you feel like things are progressing effortlessly. Let the opportunities present themselves when the time is right. Don't force it. Have patience. We got another split right there too. We're going to read that. So that's some advice. Wait until you feel like things are progressing effortlessly. Let the opportunities present themselves when the time is right. Don't force things. Have patience. That could be a message for me too, because we really, again, we couldn't discern the energy. And it was like, we usually don't be away from the space this long. We don't. What are we feeling? You know, why do we not feel any clarity in terms of the message, in terms of direction? It usually drop down on us, boom, we pretty much, you know, feel something like a sensation of the energy, and we may not know what the Father gonna do, because we don't, you know what I mean? It'd be like, to what the Father brings the message. But today it just felt like, you know, what is this? We kind of just want to get back into bed. So let bygones be bygones. The future can be very different from your past. Give life the opportunity to offer new experiences to you. Don't chase. Attract. It will come to you with effortless ease. Don't let your beliefs from the past stand in the way of a bright future. One more time, Ashe. Let bygones be bygones. The future can be very different from your past. Give life the opportunity to offer new experiences to you. Don't let your beliefs from your past stand in the way of a bright future. And what I just felt when I was reading that is like, somebody is in that space, you know, in the gap, transitioning from the past to the future. And you kind of feel like, ooh, yep, like it's something you should be doing. Like, you know, ooh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Or maybe you thinking about, you know, you are bogged down by the feeling of so much to do. It's like excuses, excuses, excuses. So you could be on whichever end of the spectrum. Either you are discouraged by moving forward and how much effort it's going to take to get going and get going forward, or you're feeling like stuck, like you don't want to move. Huh. Yeah, almost feel like somebody, like how I was feeling today, would rather just get back into bed. Like, it's too much. Like, to go from here to there. Like, it's just so much. And it's very easy to make up excuses and not move. It's very easy to make up, you know, justifications for not doing. And you could be twofold, where either you trying to rush through and force it, or you are just having a difficult time allowing it to just come in, allowing it to just come in. And I could take that for self too, because to what, you know, your girl is results orientated. I mean results. If it don't make results, we be like, to what, we got to do something, do something, do something. But today Father was just having us pull back, like, relax. Let me do what I'm going to do, and let me show you. That's how I feel. Father was saying, let me do what I'm going to do and not show you. Yeah. Say thank you to others as often as you can. Say thank you to life. Say thank you to yourself. Gratitude allows you to trust life and to trust the foundation for dreams to come true. It's something about trusting the foundation. Gratitude allows you to trust life. Definitely feel that. And trust is the foundation for dreams to come true. It's like, trust your foundation, trust life to do what it's going to do. Like I said, like Father is like, relax and let me show you. Calm down and just let me show you. Have some gratitude for where you at. Relax, rest, meditate. We got that right here. Meditate. Because your mind might be jumping all around. You know what I mean? It might be jumping from this, jumping to that. You know, excuses, justifications, you know, worry, lack. You know, the imagination game. Just imagining all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And you might be being a little bit critical of self. I hear, again, the excuses. You know, maybe, you know, you feel like it's something that you need to do to force it, or just getting into that effortless ease and allowing things to come into you. So I definitely feel twofold, like the both sides of the coin, and almost not knowing what to do. That chaos, like confusion of what do I do? What do I do? Maybe the things that you need to do, you don't want to do, and the things that you want to do are not the things that you should do. That could be a part of the energy. Like, you should Take care of yourself. Drink plenty of water. Eat well. Rest. Maybe you need to develop some sort of system or routine. Make sure that you're well rested. Again, I just keep going back to rest because I kept feeling rest earlier today. This one. Yeah, mistakes. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. It's something about calming your inner self, and maybe it's some sort of not just inner child work, but it's something that taught you maybe in childhood that mistakes are bad. Like you got to be perfect. I hear type A personality, which is coinky dink because I am definitely type A. You want this one, this. Clarity. I started with that, like needing to have some clarity. Let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. Yes. May my own holy intuition guide the way. Guide the way. Yes. I feel like somebody is afraid of making a mistake, of going the wrong way. And that could be the critical voice that I said. Jump in, man. Calming the critical voice. We touched on that. Calming the critical voice. I feel like maybe somebody is afraid of making a mistake. They're not really clear on what it is. You know how to move into the next step. The things that you think you should do may not be the things that you should do, and the things that you shouldn't do or you think you shouldn't do might be the thing to do. It might be something that you are afraid of, and if you do it, then it's going to be a mistake. And it's kind of got you in that weird space of should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I. I'm getting 4 swords in my head. I'm seeing the 4 swords like you need to rest. Again, there's some healing. There's something, focused meditation. It's something in that healing and meditative state that will come to you to help you kind of break through, to spread your wings or just almost feel like relaxing and floating. Like how you lay on your back in the water and you just kind of float and you let the water support you. Yes, that's how I feel. Because I definitely feel like somebody needs some rest. They need to just float. I hear, I don't sink or swim, I just float. I don't need gravity, I just need growth. Hey, somebody feeling a little lonely too. We got loneliness. When you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. May I embrace and love my solitude, and that's when kindred spirits can finally come. Yes. So, kind of odd little space that we in right now. We 13 minutes in, and I really can't tell you which way I feel like this is going. I just feel like somebody's got something that is, I'm not supposed to have these cards either, that is something that you're doing or you're in the middle of, again, that transition from the past to the future, and you're having a hard time sitting in the space of the present, right? Somebody that is like almost finding it difficult to move through the present space, like not wanting to do the right thing that you're being told to do, but almost rushing off in a direction that is like doing the most, I almost feel. Because I feel like the Father is telling you to do the least. Like your path is on the least effort plane. But it's like almost flipped. Again, I'm feeling the 2 sides of the coin. Like on the one hand, it's like doing the most. But on the other hand, it's like doing the least. It's like putting the effort in the wrong spot almost. Putting the effort in the wrong place. like, and to reevaluate where your effort should be, like reestablishing a new routine. I'm back to that, reestablishing a new routine. I think what's in front of you is your destiny. It is, and you are establishing a whole new routine, coming together with yourself, like getting together with you, wholeness. Like, again, I feel like something in that inner child, something that told you you can't make mistakes, and in that you probably have a tendency to do the most to prevent yourself from making mistakes. Whatever it is, it's something, you know, your passion runs high. And I don't know if it's a passion of, what is it, Father? Sorrow over the past. And I think that you are having a hard time with creating. You know what I mean? Creating from a space where it has a sense of playfulness, of carefully relaxing. Like, again, just float and being able to go with the flow, I feel. Just, you know, creating a place from a place of peace, you know, and not pain. Like, being able to transmute the pain and flip it. No. Use it to propel yourself. Is there sorrow in the usable form right now? No. That's what I was feeling. They need to flip it. Yeah, flip it into a way that you could use it. Almost like dealing with the inner child issues, you know, will find a way to have some gratitude for the learning that's in it. You know what I mean? If you know that you are a type A personality and everything you feel like there's a sense of perfection that needs to be there, and you have a tendency to do the most, the spirit is trying to tell you to relax and calm down. Yeah, the spirit is trying to tell you, bring you into another sense of enlightenment with self, to heal that little thing. Like, everything doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't. And you don't have it all under your own control, I feel. You know, like, there's a sense of the Father is taking care a big portion of this, and to trust yourself and to trust life, to allow life, the Father, to syncopate things and bring them into you on its own timing, I believe, is what you're being coached through. It's some sort of facade or either relationship with self that has been there, again, since childhood, that's calling you to a sense of perfection. But in this day, I think Father is trying to say to accept you as you are, like impartiality. Come into good with your whole self, like release any biases that you may have over you. Because when you put yourself in that state, like, I have to be perfect, and end up doing the most, and you do the most in the wrong areas, it could lead to more mistakes. And then you might end up feeling like a victim. Like, oh, I keep causing these issues, woe is me. Criticizing yourself, being even more critical. And then that will leave you in a space of complacency. I definitely feel like somebody is struggling with some self-worth things. And again, that's that inner child feeling like you need to be perfect. You need to get it right. You know, you need to get it right. And put this away. Yeah. We're going to make some space on the table. We kind of looked at a couple of decks, you know. Calming the critical voice. Identify areas where you self-criticize. Take a moment to reflect on how you see yourself. Identify areas where you self-criticize frequently. Create an affirming statement to calm the criticism, like, today I love and accept myself no matter what. I love and accept myself no matter what. Working on acceptance. And also understanding that mistakes are a critical part of learning, of growth, of success. To make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes, trust me. And the good thing, a fun part about learning anything is seeing the mistakes that you made and how you've grown through them. Like accepting the fact that you are not perfect. You're not, and but we're perfected in the spirit. The Father does. Thank you, Father, for coming through and helping me with this message. Thank you so much. Definitely was not understanding what we were feeling. You want to read this? Unleash your inner power by doing the things you enjoy. Start with little moments. They will give you more strength for the next time. Yeah. I feel like you're not doing the stuff that you enjoy because it's like you're shying away from the part that it's almost like turning something that you enjoy into work. Now it's not fun anymore. It's just like, you know, work, and if I mess it up, it's going to be like this huge consequence, I feel. And it's almost like, again, if somebody was taking something that they just love doing, like say if you are a baker and you like to cook and bake cakes or whatever, and you just do it for fun, and all of a sudden you're baking cakes to sell money, and you're trying to get this business off the ground, it becomes work, and you feel like you can't make a mistake, you can't mess anything up, and you're not for sure how you're going to make this work, and it could do something to you, do something to your spirit. See, we have mysticism and isolation here. Somebody feels alone, definitely feeling alone. Somebody's definitely feeling alone. You're not able to enjoy something right now. Your enjoyment is very much decreased, I feel. Impatience is an issue as well. Patience. And it's something about being enough and self-love. And that goes right along with that self-worth card we saw in the chakra. Self-worth, self-love, self-sufficiency, and being enough. The innermost heart says you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, no need to grow, more deserving. Yes, yes, you are love. You are enough. So again, I feel like somebody maybe as a child was always called to be perfect, or you felt like being perfect was the way, to be received, to be loved. And if you make a mistake, that you're going to be rejected, you're going to be isolated. Self-sufficiency, the ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. Again, trusting God, trust life. That, that the Father is going to make everything come together in due time. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying I don't need people. Instead, it's saying God is my source, and I am willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. And look what's right after that. Perfectionism. Perfectionism and your service. Perfectionism. Service. Like somebody has to be perfect in order to serve, and you just don't. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. That's what I was saying, literally. Like, it's okay to make mistakes. You learn through the mistakes. You do. And sometimes they end up even being funny and show you and teach you how to relax with you. Like, you don't have to be so... if I sneeze the wrong way, then I'm going to lose all my customers. I'm going to lose my business. Like, everything going to fall apart. And it may be getting you to the point where you almost are paralyzed to move because you don't want to do nothing wrong. Maybe putting all the effort in one place, and it should be over here. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy where you are so afraid to make mistakes, you end up acting in a way that brings more mistakes. Perfectionism. Permission to make mistakes is self-freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need to free me from the prison of perfectionism. Free you from the prison of perfection. Perfectionism. Service. Service. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. You don't have to do the most. I think that you are trying to make something pop off again. Maybe something that you didn't think was really going to, whatever the case may be. I just feel like somebody is taking something that used to be kind of like a hobby and turning it into a business, a livelihood. And when you do that, or if you try to branch out on your own, you could be plagued with that sense of perfectionism. Like, it's got to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, then it's not worth it. Or you trying to make it perfect by putting the effort in the wrong place, like you focusing on the wrong pieces. And you might just need to relax. You might just need to stop. You might need to put some effort on self, on nourishing. Drink some water, hydration, nutrition, rest. I feel routine, like get yourself in a new routine, a new pace, a new rhythm, a new holistic rhythm, or I just really hear routine, like bring everything into the now, into the present, and just sit and rest in the present. Not focus on the past, not focus on the future, but to rest right here. And know that being right here in this moment, that you're good enough. I see this burdens right here, like maybe you are facing some other type of burdens, and I feel like they are mostly mental. Change me, divine beloved, into one who gratefully receives all of your help, all the help you send. Let me release the uselessness idea that I must carry the burden alone. Isolation and loneliness. Isolation, loneliness, mysticism. How am I going to carry this weight alone? Putting in, how am I going to make it come about? How is it going to unfold? Where is the effort that I need to put? Should I put it over here? Father say, no, it should be over here. But you need to allow the Father to guide you, your spirits to guide you, so that you know where to put your effort. If the effort is on self, to relax and pull back, meditate. I feel focused. I feel again that Four of Swords, like healing, dealing with a couple of different things. We got the moon and the sun right here. So maybe there's some illusions that needs to come to light, right? That enlightenment we saw. The moon comes to illuminate what is, behind, like if there's some illusions or some anxiety, some fear. Again, the fear of making a mistake, right? It's something that's happening to you right now to bring that out. And again, it may be making you feel like you don't want to move, because here's the Chariot right here. But I feel like it's in the reverse, like you don't want to move, like you're having a challenge with moving or understanding the direction to move in, like where to put that energy, to put that effort. I feel like it's being put in some places that's just doing the most, and ruminating about it, or whatever the case may be, or just spinning your wheel. I see the wheel here, spinning your wheel, right? But is it the energy that's going to move you forward, like get you over the hump? Father say pull back, rest yourself. We got the Hangman right here telling you to rest yourself, and this Hangman just happens to be upside down so that you see the enlightenment that's going on with the sun. They're being illuminated, like the sun is coming to show you what you need to deal with so that you can release yourself from whatever is going on in this space. I see the Two of Pentacles here. It talks about coming to balance, and I feel like the Spirit is guiding you to balance. The Spirit is guiding you to balance so that you can close out this cycle. Again, the world closing that cycle with it followed up by another Chariot, so that you can move in the right direction. You can get in the right flow. We're going to put this away. Get into the right flow. Because I definitely feel like your energy is misplaced. Like it's placed in the wrong space. Alright. Can we put this way, ladies, out? All right. Get a little bit of this psychic tarot. We got throat chakra. Speaking out. I don't think you are. I don't think you're speaking up because you probably don't really know what it is, you know, to speak up on. I feel like, again, those childhood issues of feeling like you need to be perfect may be something that you have just always kind of dealt with. Again, like, I am a person that readily admits that I'm very type A. I'm very results driven, right? Very results, what did I say? Success. I'm very results driven. And it could be frustrating or like make you antsy when you don't see the results quickly. You want something in there? This one? This one. Okay. Moon cycles is here. And that's a challenge. I feel like maybe the energy right now might have something to do with it. Maybe you feel, you know, that lull, but I feel like that pullback, that drawback of energy depending on where the moon cycle is. So maybe take a little journal, like when you feel like that antsiness, anxiety, like what time of month is it? What is the moon doing? Are you driven more by moon cycle or sun cycle? Like, how does... I feel like that energy of the moon, how does it affect your mood? But also with this moon cycle, I really feel like it is a part of that energy of an illusion, you know, trying to reveal or speak to you to say that it's something hidden in the inside that needs to come out. Like, it's this cycle of revealing, you know, that piece of inner child wounding that needs to be healed, that needs to be brought whole, like for you to come to whole and come to grips with the fact that, you know, something in your childhood has taught you that you need to be perfect, or like that good girl or good boy, or be a good little dude, or be a good little girl, you know what I mean, and you will be accepted, you will be received. Or maybe it was just no drama, it wasn't no nothing. I feel back and forth. Is it for good little girl? And what did that do? Oh. Maybe you were somebody like in your household, like spankings and stuff like that was a big thing. You know what I mean? And you feel like if you just be good and if you be perfect and you don't make any mistakes, like I feel like it was somebody that had a hard time, like your parents had a hard time with you making mistakes as a kid. And if you make a mistake, then their punishment was really, really harsh. Like you was afraid to make a mistake as a child. And now as an adult, you carry yourself with a very high level, a high standard. I feel a very high standard. Like if I don't get this right, if I make any errors, if I and you probably beat yourself up. That's what I hear, that self-criticizing voice. Like you go over it over and over and over again, like beat yourself down if you make a mistake. And you get to the point where you feel isolated, like especially if you don't know how to make something come about, if you don't know how to force it to bring it into a successful place. So it's like you haven't had a lot of success in the past, and it's like something that's driving you forward. Or the success of the failures of the failures of the past cycles are going to drive you forward. Do they know that? No. Father say lonely, like you depressed over the past cycles, like you've been fighting with this alone, or fighting to make something come about or to happen, you know, for some time now. And because it hasn't happened, I think, in a way that you wanted it to, this one, then yeah, you don't feel powerful. Maybe you need to call back your power. You know, maybe again you are so hard on yourself, like really hard on yourself. I feel that power, like that strength, like, you know, and not in a good way. Like you are very, very hard on yourself. You know, very hard on yourself. Anything else in here? Thank you, Father, for coming forth to bring the message. Please step in front. Ensure that the message is safe, is in giving in truth and in clarity, Father. Thank you so much. The Most High God, the Father, the Lord, eternal Lord of all of creation, the breath of life, the infinite intelligence. You called existence, creation on your word, and it moves on your breath. It animates and feels all things. It syncopates all things, and you are the Lord of all things. Thank you, Father. Please step forward and bring the message. Please keep me safe as we deliver the message, Father. Protect your wheat that needs the message. Bring them to this space, Father, so that they may have it. Yeah. We have the waiting game. Somebody's definitely waiting, not moving. And we have financial and material changes. We have moving forward and standing your ground as well. Material, spiritual prosperity as well. Which one first, Father? Moving on. Somebody is in a space of moving on. That's what I felt like. Somebody was in that space between past and future, like right here. And of course, all of us are. But when you are transitioning out of something, a situation, coming out of it, like coming out of that last cycle, I feel. And now that you're in this spot, it almost feels like, again, like you don't know where to put your energy, where to put your effort. Attempting to bring something into fruition, feeling like you can't make a mistake, like you're afraid to make any mistakes, probably because of the results of the past cycles, feeling like you've made mistakes and you're beating yourself up over that. And I feel like it's very, very strong and harsh criticism. Something also about material and spiritual prosperity. I feel like, again, the Father is working with you on your spiritual prosperity, like to strengthen you, to enlighten you, to bring about, to light the issue of that perfectionism. Where did it come from? How is that syndrome of perfectionism affecting your life? How is it causing chaos and turmoil in your life that's being repeated, I feel, in the past cycles? You know, and how do you get over that hump? How do you get over that hump and get onto a solid foundation where you could just stand, you know, that successful standing? And that's when you'll call in success, when you get to the point where you are solid on your foundation and you can just stand, like you know that mistakes are a part of the learning, like your imperfections are a part of your perfection, and to accept all of that will get you to a place where you can stand. But right now, I feel the biggest thing is somebody strongly criticizing themselves, and maybe it has something to do with, again, your spiritual health, your spiritual foundation, I feel. Because I definitely feel like somebody is standing and looking out on the horizon, like at the potential. I see the water coming up too that represents that flow. I see the sunshine that trying to enlighten you, to pull you into the right way. I see the trees, the even distribution, like to be balanced, calling you into balance. And I also see this person standing here. Of course, they're standing there by themselves, but they kind of just looking out, almost like contemplative, contemplating, thinking, retrospective, and all while looking out into the future. Feels like they're trying to decide, especially with the two fountains. It's like choices to be made, like standing in the middle, almost the middle of the past, the middle of the future, and you're looking down the aisleway, like that forward focus, to call you to look into the forward focus of the now. Like what's right in front of you. Like focus on that. Focus on what's right in front of you. Put your power and your focus on what's right in front of you and stand your ground. It will lead you to success. You may feel isolated right now and you're really not sure how everything is going to unfold. What goes right here? Is it another deck? Where is it? Over here. Which one? This? This? Okay. We got so many decks of cards, y'all. I'm serious. We gotta get this one. Believe in your own magic. Father say, do you believe in magic? I just said that the other day, or yesterday. You want this? Let's check it out. Storm, every hurricane comes to an end. I told you playfulness. I felt like somebody is not able to play right now. Like you're taking it so serious that you don't have any lightheartedness, any gratitude about what's going on or what has happened in life, where you've come to, what it has taught you. You know, just to say thank you to the lessons, I feel would be a good way to move forward. You can always rewrite the story. You can always rewrite your story. And I feel like somebody is in the middle of a rewrite. You know, you've been through a couple of cycles, you know, moving on with this 6, moving on. And you're probably going to move on to a place that does have material and spiritual prosperity. But it's a very powerful transition. And to call back your power and to flip it. That's what I was saying, flip it. What you may be saying to yourself is strong words. But if you flip it and believe on the other side, believe how great you are and that you can accept your mistakes, that you can get past them, that they help you learn. Be your own first priority. Like accepting your whole self. And what's funny is it looked like this woman is painting on the wall. That's real, like what a kid would do. And I feel like if you did that as a child, your parent would tear you up. You know what I mean? Like, did you just draw all over my wall? You know what I mean? Kind of thing. And you really didn't have the opportunity to just be a kid. Like, almost like that. Be a little bitty grown up. Like, you can't make no mistakes, because if you did, then the penalty for making a mistake would be so harsh, so heavy. And maybe you grew up feeling isolated. Like you know, even still to this day, like keep something held back. The ability to play, I hear. To have joy, that joyful playfulness. And that's what I was feeling, like somebody that took their hobby, something that they enjoyed, and turned it into work, and now it's no longer enjoyable. It's no longer enjoyable. Father, seal this, please, ensuring that nothing will come against this message to distort it. Anything that's in the space that would seek to cause any distraction, any chaos, any confusion, please block it out. Please block it out. Brighten up my light, Father. Brighten my light. Pull me into your inner sanctuary, Father. Pull me in and protect me. Protect your message. Protect your wheat, Father. Sealing us. Sealing every crack, every crevice, Father. Yes. Protect us. Thank you. And if we be in alignment, Father, please grant us with your ashe, or give us further words we must pray. Ashe. 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 Sealed. 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 Yes, thank you, Father. Dragons, slay them all. Slay them all. We be having dragons around here. Dragons, slay them all. You're battling something still. Still battling. Yeah, but something good is going to come out of it. You know, you're creating something beautiful, I think. Your whole canvas is changing. Like, that's another one. Paint. Paint the sun back into your sky. And look at this with the mural. She's drawing that happiness back into her own life. Painting the sun back into your own sky. This 11 is a 2 coming back together with self. That's what I feel. This being your own first priority is a 7. And I feel like you have a little bit of a challenge with that. Like, not only are you being called up to prioritize self, like to so that you can move into enlightenment, like learning how to prioritize yourself with that 7. It's a lot of learning. I'm feeling like you're learning how this syndrome of perfectionism has caused chaos on your life. Again, like how it has robbed you in some sort. Like, kind of like that sneaky little thing that's like stealing away from you and you don't really realize it. It's stealing away your ability to relax. It's stealing away your ability to be playful, to enjoy this space. Don't be afraid to sing is here, and it flipped out on the table in reverse. And we see, don't seek anyone's approval. Seeking approval is huge, I feel, because it's like, is it right here? On top of something lovely will grow and slaying the dragons. Maybe the dragon is seeking approval. Again, if you weren't perfect and you made a mistake, then the consequences would be hard. They would be rough. And now I feel like you are your own worst critic. And who do you get approval from? Like, nobody can make you feel that deep acceptance except for yourself. Like, prioritizing you and accepting your whole weak self, mistakes and all, like all of it, accepting it. And then that way you can use it. The waiting game is back. I feel like somebody is, during this time of wait, you know, because the Father will put us in a little playpen sometime where you just kind of have to wait, right? You know how babies be in the playpen or that little, you know, for those of us who know what a playpen is. You know, you put them in there and they got little things to do that they can play with, that they can access it. But after a while, they get bored with that trash and they don't want to play with that no more. And he'll be looking up and trying to, you know, every time, you know, try to find their way out the playpen or, you know, make some fuss or something so that they can get out. But sometimes we are in there and we're in a state of isolation, a state of solitude to teach us, to help us with this foundation, to help strengthen us, like put some strength in your back. And I feel like somebody is having some mental conflict right now, you know, going through this rebranding, this remaking, getting this new foundation, like the time that it's taking to do that. But while you're in there, it's to transmute that energy, you know, that solar plexus, the ability to probably speak some truth to yourself, speak some truth about what's really making you discontent, what is really bothering you, what are the obstacles and challenges that you face, those inner childhood issues, like the ability to make mistakes and just like let it go. Oh, okay. And laugh at it. Like, don't take yourself so seriously. You know, to come back into spiritual union with you. And that's a part of the transformation that you're going through. That's a part of the transformation. But it's taken a while. I see in here in this hourglass, of course, there's a tree in here. It's a tree. And the roots, you know, are very prominent to me. And it's almost like, you know, this is the time when the roots are being strengthened. And of course, this is the 2 coming back together with you. And we never know how long we're going to have to wait because we don't even know how much time is in this glass. We just really don't. It could have been a half hour. We don't know. But we never know how much time we have, right? And as long as I got breath in my body, then I got more time, you know? So, yeah, harmony and awareness. Something is coming back together for you. It is. Victory and success is there, but transformation. Harmony and awareness is and transformation. So I feel like you definitely are going through a phase of growth, of change. And it's really to bring you into an awareness of how you call success, or how you quantify success. What is the pathway that you take to success, and is it riddled with some issues? We got expect the unexpected here. We have the need to ask for guidance. We see again my beautiful hourglass with divine timing. Things are going to come together in divine timing. But can you trust it? Can you trust the balance? You see that balance? Trust the balance. Father say you are not alone. You're not. You know, I definitely feel heart energy. I don't know what it was, something about the red that's in the back. But really what it is it's like spirit guides and ancestors that are in these robes. And it almost looked like a heart and ventricles, but it's not. It looks like it's ancestors, and they are surrounding you. They are with you. So even though you might feel isolated over here, you're not. You're getting some spiritual guidance, I feel, to help you with the enlightenment, to help you call back your power, to help you, you know, bring yourself out in a way that you haven't done it before. And maybe again there's some forgiveness that you need to do. It could have been a mother figure, you know, that made you feel like you have to be, you know, perfect little princess, or, you know, as a little boy you had to be perfect, like you couldn't get dirty and you couldn't mess up nothing and you couldn't break nothing and you just couldn't be a kid, you know what I mean? And if that was the case, then you may have taken that on as an adult, that you need to be perfect. And it's not allowing you to be your full self. Don't be afraid to sing. You are afraid because you are afraid to make a mistake. You're afraid to make a mistake. If I don't do everything right, it's not going to be right. And if things in the cycles in the past, to me, are only proving you right. You feel like it's proving you right. Like you only make mistakes and you don't get it right. And you beat yourself up about it. Yeah. Material and spiritual prosperity just keeps coming up with power. Now we have harmony and awareness, as well as transformation again. I feel like you are looking at something that could be highly successful, like you're dreaming about it. You're trying to figure out, I just dropped all those cards. Oops. I definitely feel like you're thinking about it. Like, how am I going to get there? How am I going to get down this road? What are the choices that I'm going to make? But I'm almost afraid to move forward. Like it's something blocking you. Like you can see it, and it's almost like you resting on it. Like you can lean on it. Whatever this gateway is. And I feel like that gateway is like that internal block, your fear. Your fear of messing up. Like if I move forward, I know I'm going to mess this up. So you almost just looking at it. I got to get these cards, y'all. Is there anything else you can tell me, Father, about this 6? Yeah, Father says success has been failed in the past. So like you feel like your past cycles have not been successful. And it's giving you the discouragement to go forward and to try now. You're plagued by the feeling of making mistakes. Anything in here? No. This is the high vibe deck. Okay, we got belly breathing. That's something. Happy dance. Do something happy, something that changes your vibration. You know, I feel like you have a problem with feeling happiness though. Compliments, mirror work. We talked about mirror work. Get in the mirror and tell yourself some affirmations. Channeling. Channel your inner child. Channel your inner child. Skip, gallop, jump, Paint on your wall. Do some humming. Blow bubbles. Draw with crayons. Giggle for no reason at all, but no whining. No whining about the past mistakes. No doing the most in the wrong way. You know what I mean? Father says, channel your inner child. Do some inner child healing. Let that baby play. Let that baby play. I feel like that was a part of the thing. You know, like, you didn't really have enough playtime. And, like, if anything happened, the consequence was severe. You know, it was no making mistakes. You know, you had to be, you know, a good little kiddo. Release this here. When you're upset or frustrated, holding on to negative emotion lowers your vibration. That's what I feel like. You're still holding on to some of that negative emotion from childhood. You know, the fact that you can't make mistakes. You have to be perfect. Like, perfection is a thing. And mistakes are not allowed. And when you feel like mistakes are not allowed, you end up making more mistakes because you overthink, right? And you could end up putting the effort in the wrong place. That's what I feel. End up putting the emotion, the effort in the wrong place. To release it, journal about your feelings. You know, talk to a friend or confront the problem. Confronting the problem could look like you getting in the mirror and acknowledging self, telling yourself that it's okay to be you, that you're perfect just the way that you are, mistakes and all. Everything that has happened in the past has brought you to where you're at, and to stand and take your power in where you are. Stand your ground in your present and see how it has taught you, how it has grown you, how you can accept all of you, that you are perfect just being you. Have some patience with you, that you are self-sufficient, that you are more than enough. Your worthiness is not tied to your success. It's not. After you release the emotion, your vibration will elevate. But if you keep going back to the problem in your mind, you will keep lowering that vibration, which could be why you keep cycling through it, right? Maybe it's something that you thought you dealt with and then you go back. And then you think you deal with it and then you go back. Especially if you think you deal with it and you do something and you stumble, then it brings it right back and you fall back into that pattern. Focus on what's going right instead. Focus on what goes right. Every time you make a mistake, through every try, nothing beats failure but a try. So continue to try, continue to move forward. But you take the lessons with you. That's why mistakes are so important. They teach you, they grow you. They're not designed to stop you, to discourage you, but to grow you, to show you how to do it a little bit differently. Maybe don't put the effort over here, but put the effort over there, and show you how to rearrange some things, how to go with the flow. Remember, a release of emotion is not low vibration. It's just a different vibration. A different vibration. Was there anything else in here? You didn't want that deck, no way, but we got some good messages out of there. Where would we like to go? Here? This one. Okay. We got, let's see what this one says. You want this one? This? Okay. Anything else? No. All right. Energy. Thank you, Father. This one. Energy. All right. What did I say? You did not. I mean, like, we can't say it no many more times than that. We just seen right here. You know, look at you, looking off in a distance, trying to figure out how to get past this block, how you going to get over it, what should you do, where should your effort be at, 2 different choices with those water fountains, right? You know, staring off into the horizon, looking at what you deem as success, that enlightenment. But what's behind that? Transformation. Transformation, right? Transformation. 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 You see her busting up, like you see all of this blue, this flow. It's some light in her lap. And I feel like that's around that base chakra, right? Very early formative years, I feel, now moving off of instinct almost, like, and I feel like the Father is trying to raise up that vibration, strengthen your foundation with it. Okay, so go with your girl. I'm an intuitive reader as well, so not just a card, but what I feel from the card. So I feel this base chakra down here. I feel this light on your back to strengthen your back so that you can stand your ground. We saw the pyramid earlier today with firm foundation to strengthen your back, to strengthen your core, like that sacral chakra moving up into your solar plexus chakra to strengthen that, to clear it out. And that's why I feel also with this spiritual prosperity, like once you clear that out and you come to union with self, then your material stuff is going to come about, because everything comes from the spiritual as well, first and foremost. But to burst that open, I feel like something is either pouring into you. You see this energy here? It's a phase. This energy, the spirit, is pouring into you what you need to either waken you up, transform you, brighten you up, pull you up out of this, give you that strength and foundation you're going to need, strengthen that back, so that you could face you. You could look yourself in the mirror and see your whole self manifest. And we just said literally that everything that you want from the material is going to come out once you hit this spiritual prosperity. Is going to pull out the material prosperity, because everything comes from the spirit first. You sitting up here contemplating on how you're going to do it, how you're going to move, how you're going to manifest it. But before you can manifest it, you need to transform. And that's exactly what we have. I'm just put this in the camera view so I can take these two off so you can see them. It's exactly what we have. Material and spiritual prosperity, but that's after you transform. Energy was transformation to help you manifest. Transformation to help you manifest. You may not know really what to do, but you're going through a very powerful transformation, a very powerful sense of awareness, of awakening, to bring you back into spiritual harmony so that you can accept your whole self. And once you come to spiritual harmony with you, understanding that your mistakes will lead you right here. Victory, success, being joyous and carefree, not so serious, able to take a risk, right? Able to take a risk. Movement, choices, decisions. You can move. One's got like money, the other one's got marriage rings and love, the other one has got growth and prosperity. You're going to be looking out at an array of options. And we saw the Chariot come through to say that some movement is happening. But, oh yeah, we can't put those in there, huh? Movement is happening. We can get one of these. Okay, we're going to close out with the angel message. Yeah, leaving up here, these two right here, transformation and manifestation. We got, I want to be able to see them. Transformation, manifestation, transform yourself in the spirit. Oh, look at this, love. The Father loves you. You are loved. You have ancestors around you that love you. Did we get it already? Where? Right here? This one? Okay. What did I say we were working on? Didn't I say that thing, it had this light right here? What did I say we was working on? What chakra down here? Didn't I not say that was base chakra? I was feeling base chakra. Choose positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances as your words determine your outcome. I said earlier, somebody is self-criticizing. You are talking very strongly against self, wondering if you have what it takes, if you are enough, if you are self-sufficient, if you feel worthy, the mistakes that you've made, and how those words are coming against thee. Something that's in that inner child that needs healing. Force forward, inner child healing. Feeling like if you make a mistake, it's been beat in you that you have to be perfect. And now you are operating from that place. Not accepting the fact that mistakes are a part of learning. And when you focus on mistakes, you tend to make more mistakes. I said that we had to work on your base. Why? Because the Father, this energy, is calling you, pouring into you to strengthen you, to strengthen that backbone up. I feel right here, that backbone up. Behind that area, what's in front is your sacral and your solar plexus chakra. We said you need to come up out that base, heal. Now I can't tell you to do fuck shit. This is all on you. You listen to your spirit. That's all I will ever recommend, is that you obey your spirit, because this spirit is here to transform you, to call you. Push this down a little bit more so y'all can see. This spirit is pulling you, guiding you, pulling you out, pulling you into remembrance. And that's what I was saying over here with these moon cards. The moon cycles is pulling you into remembrance, to bring something out of you, to illuminate what's in you. Base chakra is down in that root, childhood issues. Coming up from out of that into where? That sacral chakra. You are highly sensitive to chemicals, additive, processed foods. We talked about nutrition earlier. Drinking enough water. Are you caring for yourself? Hydration, nutrition, live foods. All of that. What are you putting into your body? What type of routine do you have while you caring for yourself? Do you feel like you just want to crawl back into bed? Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. Maybe you need to pull back. Four of Swords, rest. Give yourself a little bit of space, a little bit of time, a little extra love. Love on the baby in you, whether it's you a dude or a female, it don't matter. Love on that inner child. Let them know it's okay to play. Let that baby play. Playfulness. Somebody is really being called to watch their nourishment. Something about how you eating and what you eating could be sapping your energy. It could be affecting you, especially if you are highly sensitive, if you are slightly intuitive, whatever the case may be. Your nutrition, your routine matters. Hygiene. Maybe somebody do need to get up and take a bath, because we sure said hygiene. We just took one, so we ain't worried about that. Hydration. Hygiene, hydration, nutrition, rest. Okay? Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. Challenge. Anything else in here? Nope. Have you asked your angels for help with this? We saw that card that you are surrounded. You feel isolated. You feel alone. But Father says you are not. You are not alone. Your spiritual guides are with you. Your ancestors are with you. Ask them for help. While you're meditating, ask them for help. Ask your highest self to discern for you in the spirit if you are unsure what to pray for. If the things from the past have kind of got you bottled up and knotted up and you really don't know what to pray and what to say, ask the Father to give you the words to pray. to discern for you in the spirit. Your highest self knows what you need and will intercede on your behalf to speak for you. It will. Your angels want to help you with this situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. You have to give the Spirit permission. You have to acknowledge that the Father is there with you, that the Spirit is there with you, baked in, and ask the Spirit to come forth to guide you. That's why we always pray, Father, we ask you to step forth and to guide us in the spirit so that we know which way to go. We don't always know. We've made mistakes in the past as well, but to lean into life and to trust that life will make the way, we saw that earlier. Say thank you, life will make the way. There was nothing else in here. Ashe, it wasn't. Books. Maybe you need to learn. Take some time to read. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. That could be for somebody. Workshops and seminars. Attending and giving speeches is a part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. We saw teaching, learning earlier. Learning with the number 7 was being present, like learning about something. Ear chakra. Ask the Father for his ears, so that you can hear, that you can discern the Father's voice, so that you know what advice that you're taking. Maybe that's a part of the learning, is to do something that deepens your spiritual acumen, your spiritual strength. Again, I'm seeing that firm foundation with the triangle, like to really get your spiritual foundation in order. Again, material and spiritual prosperity. Yes. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from other external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. But again, maybe you are unsure of what you're listening to. If you get nervous, focus on your service. If you ever get nervous, just focus on your service. And understand, and look what's right behind that. Manifestation power. We have parents right behind that too. You see that? Parents. So it's an issue with, again, I feel parents, like those childhood issues. So a couple of things. Healing those childhood traumas. You don't have to be perfect, baby. You just don't, beloved. You don't. Let that baby play, okay? You're going to make mistakes, and that's a part of the learning process. And to give yourself some forgiveness. We saw forgiveness as well for the mistakes that you have made. Coming to acceptance of the what is because of what has been. And, know that it's not going to stop you from where you can see yourself going. You can see yourself going somewhere. You do. You looking down that road, down in the horizon, but you stuck in between, like looking. That's the one fountain is the past, the other one is the future. You look and you like, okay, what do I choose? What do I do? Still feeling blocked off by some of these issues. Your manifestation, your moving forward is blocked by some of these issues. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. The divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. Now, that could be a trigger statement. Yeah, Father touched my nose. Because maybe they weren't the best. You know what I mean? They could have not been. They could have been way too harsh and way too critical. They could have been a whole other end of the spectrum in terms of love and nourishing and nurturing. It could have been something so far away from that was just like, to what? Okay. And left a mark on you, spiritually. Like you can't play. Like you got to be serious every day. Like you got to know exactly which way you're going to go. And if you make a mistake, then that's a for sure no. Like I feel somebody is seriously afraid to make a mistake. Like it was so harsh that it has you paralyzed in this day. And mistakes beget learning though. But if you focus only on the fact that you're going to get it wrong, I'm going to mess up, you're surely going to mess up. you're going to call those results into your life. That's why Father say, flip it, flip it, flip it. Whatever you're saying to yourself, flip it, right? If you are beating yourself up because of the past iterations and those past cycles did not turn out to the success that you envisioned, right? Use it for learning. You not starting over in this space from square one. You not. You standing on all the past knowledge that you learned from whatever happened in them last cycles. All of that gives you tools and energy that you can use today to go forward. But maybe you do need to pull back a little bit and just evaluate. Look at self and say, okay, what is down in me that's being illuminated? What's being brought to the forefront so I can deal with it? Once you deal with it and heal from it, then you can move forward with confidence, with that faith, and really lean into knowing that everything is going to be okay. The Father is going to work it out for you in this day. It is. Manifestation power. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. Twin flame. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based, and I don't feel romantic relationship. It's not romantic. It's a parental relationship. It's about your parents. Shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. Allow this healing love flow to come into you. It look dark, but space is dark. You know, the space of potentiality is dark. Dark matter. The spectrum of light and what we can see is small. It's the smallest spectrum that's visible. Like, we can't see the vastness. And that's what I feel like, that ethereal, that eternal energy pouring into you, transforming you, revealing onto you what needs to be healed. Shield yourself from fear-based energies, from the fear-based thoughts associated with the past, that which has been sown into you. The Father is illuminating it so that you can heal it. You can see it, you can deal with it, you can heal it. It's time for you to move forward. Move forward with confidence so that you can know that your imperfections and your perfections are what your good and your bad, your strength and your weaknesses. Those imperfections make you perfect to accept the whole thing. We got crown chakra. That's the Father coming to talk to you, to give you downloads. Pay attention to your ideas as they are messages from the true Pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in to answer your prayers. Mediumship is here, but I don't feel that. I feel, again, have you asked your angels for help? Ask your angels for help. Help with what? To cut those cords. Cut the cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. Cut the cord. You're a powerful person. You are. And you can have your success. It is here. Victory and success is here. But first, it's a couple of cords that need to be cut. There's a person, what did I say? Past life issue. And I just feel a past cycle, you know. And also, you know, we saw the twin flame card come up because, you know, people that are associated with us in past lives that we have contracts with can represent themselves in this manifestation in a multitude of ways. They can come back as parents, they can come back as lovers, they can come back as children, they can come back as cousins, as siblings, it just depends. And this could have been the parents that you have, or this one particular parent that really caused a lot of damage. Could have been somebody that was, of course, assigned to you based on a past life connection. This situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from those past experiences. And again, crown chakra is back, but now crown chakra is backed up by third eye chakra and that sacral chakra. All three of them. I feel like you need to do a lot of chakra work. I've seen, all of them. Even the throat chakra came out earlier, but you may not have too much of an issue speaking. It's just how you're speaking. It's in reverse. But I definitely feel base, sacral, solar, third eye, and crown chakra healing. All of it needs to come into alignment. I feel like it's just off. Like you're off, right? And to bring yourself into alignment, into stability, requires that rest. That's that Four of Swords energy, because you are definitely going through a transformation, being brought into alignment. What was in this past life cycle is being brought to the forefront with the moon. What was in this past life cycle is being brought to the forefront with the moon. Anything else, Arthur? No. Is there anything else you would like to say? Have I delivered the message? Yes, Ashe, 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 Ashe. It is done. Done, 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 done. Exclamation point 3 times. All right, all right, all right, all right. That's what we have for y'all tonight. I pray that you got something from it. I hope you was able to sit through it. Intuition, that's that third eye. What did I say? Coming into balance. What did I say? So that you can be happy. Bring yourself into a happy space. What was the remedy? Four Swords. Prayer. Healing. Prayer. Can't say it none better than that. No better than that. None. This is your girl, Lottie, your favorite channel messenger. We just gonna keep claiming it. Yes, we are. We don't care what the numbers say. We gonna claim it anyway. Absolutely. We love you. We love you so much. We love you just like we love us. Why? Because we love the source that made us and made everything by what? The principal thing. Wisdom, knowledge, yes, and the breath of life that fills us, combines, and connects us. Yes, we can't do nothing without the breath or the knowledge. Ashe, or the Father that called all of it. To the next now, y'all. We love you. Ashe. Mwah.